Well, hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. A really short video today. If you follow me already, you'll know I'm Connie from Faff Designs, and I am also a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint. If you're new here, hello. This video is really short, and please don't expect it to be technical because it definitely isn't. The reason for this video is mainly because I get asked on a weekly basis on various different social media platforms what sander I use. So it does feature in some of my YouTube videos because obviously I like to show the prep that I do and that it's necessary for some projects. So quite naturally people ask. Then I have to type out a long answer, and I just thought it'd be easy for a point of reference if I made a video about it. So like I say, this is not going to be technical. Please don't expect me to know what I'm talking about. I am literally just going to tell you what this sander is and basically how I use it, which is turn it on and sand and turn it off again. That's as far as it goes. So I'm just going to be telling people what the model names are, a little bit about what it does, but like I say, please don't expect anything too technical. Also, I should just add that this is not affiliated with Festool. This is not, there's no affiliate links in it. It's not a sales pitch whatsoever. It is literally just because I get asked all the time what sander I used. So I just thought I'd point that out before we go any further. It's not a sales pitch. These are investment pieces of kit. You do not need one of these kind of sanders. I started out with a mouse sander, which was £20, and I had that for a few years. Then I went to a slightly more expensive one, which was an orbital sander, and that was about £100. And the reason that I invested in a Festool with the dust extractor system is mainly because I was having to drag my stuff outside, sand it outside, bring it back in, and the other reason is I use it all the time. Obviously this is my full-time job, so I need a piece of kit that can kind of, you know, keep up with the pace that I have to kind of put pieces out there. And thirdly, I have very sensitive eyes with regards to getting dust in them. So I only twigged that was causing me problems a few months into kind of doing quite a lot of sanding and being kind of full time, and they were really quite bad. So I have to be careful with my eyes anyway because I've got a condition. I'm not going to bore you with that stuff. So I needed a sander that was going to take the dust away from me and not kind of be all in the air. So this lets me sand inside. It's got a vacuum system, so the dust doesn't go, you know, it's not airborne, so I don't have any problems with it going in my eyes. So they're really the main reasons that I invested in a Festool. Okay, so I'm down on the floor with the old gal, just so I can show you about it, because it looks like one heck of a contraption. And it is a beast. It is quite a big piece of kit. So this here, this is the extraction, not this bit. This is basically just a plastic box for storage. So this bit at the bottom is essentially a large Hoover, and you can turn it on. Told you this was going to be basic. Turn it on. You can adjust the suction. It's got the plug for the sander there. And this hose is what essentially sucks the dust up when you are sanding. As I mentioned, this is just a storage box, so you can store all your bits and bobs, your sanding pads, and all those kind of things in here. It's called a sustainer, I think. It's just a storage box. That's all it is. Quite expensive, but very handy for what it is. It's got a little lock, and it just looks nice and tidy with everything in there. Okay, so that was it basically. It's just a big Hoover with a storage box on top. That's the bulky side of things. and that is sold separately. Like I say, there are no links to anywhere where you can buy this because prices fluctuate. Different suppliers have different offers on all the time. So what I found when I bought mine is it is worth shopping around, and if you are unsure of which model to go for, definitely ring the guys at Festool because they are pretty amazing, and obviously they're a lot more technical than what I am. Also, it is worth bearing in mind that mine is a few years old now, so the models that I'll be giving you, the model names and stuff, which I will list down below in the comments, they have probably been superseded by a newer model by now, but I'm just telling you, just because I get so many questions, I'm just telling you the ones that I have. Right, moving on swiftly to the actual sander itself. So this particular one is an RTS400, and you can see it's a rectangle size. You've got the power cord on the back, and then the hose fits in, and that sucks the dust through these holes when you're sanding. Festool have something called an interface pad, which fits in between your sanding sheet and your base plate, which basically protects your base plate from getting damaged, and it gives you a nice kind of squidgy, foamy base, which is really good for going around things like spindles, curves of furniture, corners, that kind of thing. So that squidginess is really good. So that's called an interface pad. Then you've got your actual sanding sheets, like that, and they just stick on with Velcro. These are sold in obviously different grits as per usual sanders. These are all sold separately. You buy your interface pad separately, and then you buy your sanding sheet separately. So that is the RTS400, and what I mainly use this for is kind of a scuff sanding. So it's really good if you've got a square piece, if you've got corners. I'm thinking like underneath the lip of a sideboard or something. So obviously this is a rectangle base plate. So I use this for pretty much everyday scuff sanding. It's something that, you know, needs a quick scuff sand, and then I'm going to paint it. There is another attachment that I have which I use for something completely different, which I will show you now. Okay, so this is another attachment that I bought myself. The original one, the rectangular one, is the one that I bought first, and then I bought this attachment. So they're all, you can basically just unplug the hose and the power cable and just plug it straight into another attachment. So they all kind of interchange with each other. And this one is called, there we go, it's called an RO90, and obviously this one you can see is round. So again, I've just ordered myself a new interface pad for this. This is the squishy pad that fits in between the base plate and the sanding sheet. So all you do is you just line the holes up and just stick it on like that, and that just protects the base plate, and it also helps going around corners and whatnot, exactly the same as the other one. So the reason that I got this is twofold. Basically, it is an absolute beast. It has a couple of different settings on it, and it's really, really good if you do a lot of stain tops and you take in existing finishes off of a top. So a varnish, for example, if something's really heavily varnished, this bad boy will absolutely rip through it quicker than the other one. So like I say, it has got two different settings. One is more aggressive than the other. Don't know the technical name. Like I say, this is not a technical video whatsoever. And so yeah, it's a two-hand job, that bad boy. It is. There's videos out there, if you look at other videos on YouTube, to see how quickly this rips through existing finishes. So if you're sanding something back to bare wood because you want to stain it or whatever, this one will do it a lot quicker than the other one. And then the other reason I got this is because this actually comes off. So you have to adjust it on there. You have to twist that knob round, and then what should happen is that this comes off like so. Demonstration's going well so far, considering I don't know anything really about this tool. Then in my handy little kit, I'll take that off because look how grim that is. You get a different head attachment in the box when you buy an RO90. So all that does is it clicks on, and that is a detailer. So you can see it's got obviously a triangle shaped head, and this one doesn't have an interface pad. It doesn't have that foam pad, and you get your sanding pads exactly the same. Line the holes up, just stick it on with Velcro, and that allows you to get in all the nooks and crannies and detail. And if you're doing you know, like a small area where you can't fit a larger sanding attachment in, so you can see the size difference is quite a substantial amount different. So that is why I got an RO90, because it has the round orbital pad and it has that, which is so easy to take on and off, she says. There we go. Got there in the end. I never like forcing them because they do cost quite a lot of money. So that's all that is, and it was really, really easy to swap that out for the orbital, and you can interchange between them both. So they are quite different how they look. That one is designed basically so you can hold the damn thing with two hands, because like I say, it's a bit of a beast. This one is in the people that I know that have Festools, this one is probably the most common. But like I say, this is actually probably the one that I use the most, because it is just fine for a quick scuff sand, and then you can paint your piece. Whereas this one is a bit more of a beast. So one more thing about the Festool, which I absolutely love. So you know when you have to Hoover your pieces out, and you need to go and get a Hoover or a vacuum, and give your pieces a good old Hoover. Because this is essentially a large Hoover, you can actually get proper Festool Hoover attachments. So that one's got a little brush on the end. I don't know what that one's for. Told you it wasn't going to be technical. And the best one for getting into all the nooks and crannies of your dressers, cabinets, sideboards is that one. So all that does is just attach onto the hose, and you manually switch it on down here, and then you've got basically a shop Hoover, which is really clever. The Hoover itself has got bags, so you have to buy replacement bags every now and again. I probably don't change mine enough. But you can buy these off Amazon, eBay. Same as the sanding pads, you can buy them off Amazon and eBay. A massive assortment of different grits for different jobs, and I find that the blue sanding sheets, I find that they last a little bit longer than the brown ones, personally. There is a name for them, but I can't remember what they're called. They're just blue and brown to me. I think they've got that on the box, if that helps. A bit dusty. There we go. So they've got that on the box. So that is 60 grit, and it's the granite. I did have some brown ones. Not sure if I've got any left. Yeah, I did have some brown sanding discs, sanding sheets. There we go. But they didn't last quite as long. So I have stuck with the blue ones, and they seem to be lasting a really, really long time. So although overall it is quite a big investment piece for your business, for me personally, especially with the thing with my eyes and not having to drag the furniture outside and bring it back in again, it's actually a really good investment. So like I say, not a sales pitch, no affiliate links. I will write all the names of the models down because I know that I've really quickly whizzed through this demo and I'm kneeling down and my back's starting to hurt. So I think that's everything about my Festool. Like I say, if you came here for a technical video, you're probably being very bitterly disappointed, but all this is doing is it's going to save me repeating myself over and over again when people ask me what sander they've caught a glimpse of in my videos. So I hope it's helped, and I'm sorry if it didn't. I'm sorry if it's a bit crap. But like I say, it's going to stay on my YouTube channel. It's a point of reference that I can just say, here's my crappy video on Festools, and I will drop all of the model numbers that I have below so you can do your own research about them. There's plenty of videos out there that give you way more in-depth information than what I've just quickly ran through. And that's it. If you have any specific questions about the Festool or any of the kit that I've just quickly run through, please do drop them in the comments and I will endeavour to answer them to the best of my ability and knowledge. And if I don't know the answer, I will try and find it out for you, because you know, knowledge is power and all of that. So thank you for watching the video. Hope you weren't too bitterly disappointed by it, and make sure you are subscribing to my channel for more non-technical videos.